Al Roker and Deborah Roberts have long been admired as one of television's most enduring couples. Their relationship has often been celebrated as a modern-day fairy tale, two incredibly successful individuals whose chemistry seems effortless and unshakable. In public, they always appear united, polished, and in sync. Fans see them as proof that true love can thrive even under the scrutiny of fame and public attention. But behind the scenes, cracks slowly began to form, and now Al is openly sharing just how deep some of those cracks ran. In a candid confession, Al revealed that the pressures of a high-profile career, constant public scrutiny, and the weight of expectations began to weigh heavily on him. Maintaining the image of the perfect husband and father while juggling the demands of his profession created an emotional strain he had never anticipated. To the outside world, Al always seemed calm, confident, and composed. But privately, he struggled to communicate his fears, frustrations, and doubts. He admitted he often felt torn between being fully present at home and meeting professional expectations. This constant tension eventually led him to withdraw emotionally, a decision he now deeply regrets. Al confessed that he didn't realize how much distance had grown between him and Deborah until it became impossible to ignore. He also shared something fans might never have expected. Deborah's rising prominence and influence as a journalist and advocate sometimes made him question whether he was keeping pace. Not out of jealousy, he stressed, but out of insecurity. He admired her deeply, but watching Deborah flourish professionally made him question whether he was doing enough personally as a husband and father. These feelings led him to retreat further, fearing that expressing his vulnerabilities would only make matters worse. Instead, he hid behind silence, which over time became a wedge between them. According to Al, there was a moment he will never forget, a conversation that forced him to confront the truth. Deborah looked at him one evening and asked, gently but directly, whether he still felt connected to their marriage. It wasn't an argument or a dramatic confrontation, it was an honest, heartfelt question. And that raw honesty cut deeper than any fight could have. In that instant, Al realized the emotional distance had grown so wide that it could no longer be ignored. In his confession, he did something many public figures avoid. He took full responsibility. He admitted that instead of communicating openly, he allowed fear, pressure, and internal battles to push him inward. He acknowledged that he had underestimated the work marriage requires, especially when both partners carry significant personal and professional responsibilities. Al emphasized that love alone, no matter how strong, cannot survive without transparency, vulnerability, and consistent emotional presence. He revealed that both he and Deborah had made sincere attempts to bridge the growing distance. They carved out more time together, prioritized shared experiences, and scaled back certain professional commitments. But he admitted that none of those external changes could fully repair the internal damage. He now recognizes that meaningful change must come from within, and he regrets not addressing his emotional struggles sooner. He explained that understanding himself was a necessary step before he could fully show up in his marriage, a realization that came only when the relationship was already under strain. What has stunned viewers and fans alike is Al's openness about his vulnerability. For decades, he was seen as the steady, unshakable figure on television screens across the country, the man who seemed to have it all. But this revelation shows a profoundly human side, one filled with doubt, fear, and sincere reflection. He admitted that the world's expectations made him conceal his true feelings, and striving to maintain an image contributed to the emotional strain in his marriage. Al's honesty is powerful, not because it's scandalous, but because it shows that even the most admired individuals face private struggles. In closing, Al shared the most important lesson he has learned. Vulnerability is not weakness. Emotional honesty, especially with the person you love, is essential. He emphasized that no relationship can survive on reputation, public image, or outside admiration alone. It thrives only through communication, patience, and the courage to face uncomfortable truths together. Al Roker's confession is raw, heartfelt, and unexpectedly real. It's a reminder that even the strongest-looking relationships can face deep, hidden struggles. If you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. More emotional celebrity stories and exclusive breakdowns are coming your way, and you won't want to miss them.